Hello friends, welcome back to Technique, and today we'll be doing the detailed camera review of the latest device from Poco, the Poco X6 Pro. So Poco X6 Pro comes with a triple camera setup. We have a 64 megapixel triple camera with OIS and a front 16 megapixel camera. So let's see how good the camera experience is on this device. So before going into the camera review, let's have a look at the camera hardware. So this device comes with a 64 megapixel primary camera with f1.7 aperture with optical image stabilization included. There is an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. Then you get a 2 megapixel macro sensor. On the front panel you get a 16 megapixel selfie camera. So that's the camera hardware of the Poco X6 Pro. So let's go straight into the camera samples to see how they perform and how good the experience is on this device. So let's begin. So first let's have a look at the daylight captures. Looking at the daylight captures, you can see here there is good amount of details on offer. The sharpness levels are quite acceptable, although we feel it could have been slightly better overall. The details are quite good and color reproduction is also quite nicely done. There isn't any saturation issues nor any white balance issues, but overall we feel the colors have come pretty good. Even the sky colors are more or less natural looking. The dynamic range is also sufficiently good for a phone in this price segment. So overall in terms of daylight condition, there isn't much to complain except for the sharpness levels. We feel it could have been slightly better overall, especially when you zoom into the pictures. So that was the daylight captures of this device. So overall we would say people won't be disappointed with the daylight shots. Now moving on to the ultra wide angle camera, of course the 8 megapixel does not have the kind of clarity of the primary camera, but one thing what it does really good is the color reproduction, which is quite similar to the primary camera and does a quite decent job in terms of ultra wide angle camera. Now moving on to the close-up shots, here also you could see that while details and colors are quite nice, the sharpness levels are not that impressive. There could have been slightly better overall sharpness to the images. The quality once again looks quite okay. There is a bit of softening issue in the images, especially towards the edges. It's a bit softer image, but overall we feel it's quite a decent clarity. Now the macros are once again quite average, I would say. Nothing to write about, but quite a decent performance in terms of macros. Let's move on to the portraits. Now this is one area where Poco did quite a good job, I would say. The skin tones are good, the clarity is good, the edge detection is also done pretty well, and the colors are done very well, especially the shirt colors. The skin tones are quite good. So overall I would say portraits have done, or rather portraits have performed pretty well on this device, especially in terms of the edge detection and the background blur. Let's move on to the low light conditions. Now indoor lighting condition and artificial light, it does have decent clarity. Again, once again, the sharpness levels is not that impressive. If you move to the extreme low light conditions, it's better to turn on the night mode. Here we would say there is good clean images. Noise has been kept to minimum. The dynamic range is also quite acceptable, I would say, but once again sharpness levels could have been better. When you zoom into the pictures, you can clearly see that the sharpness is not that impressive in the low light captures, while details are quite acceptable overall. Now moving on to the selfies, once again we feel the camera does a quite decent job in terms of selfies. The skin tones are quite good, but the white balance seems to be slightly off in the selfies. But again, selfies are more of a personal choice. So what do you guys think about the selfies on this device? The skin tones does come out quite a good job, but the edge detection in the portrait selfies is not that impressive, and you can see that there are a lot of misses in the edge detection. Now video recording, the phone can record 4K 30 FPS video, and there is OIS plus EIS combination, and you can see that the video footage looks quite good. There is a good amount of stabilization offered. Once again sharpness levels is quite acceptable. The colors are rich and good, and dynamic range is also nice and wide. Now same is the case with the 1080p 60 fps footage, very similar, and good details on offer. The stabilization is also done well. Overall we would say 1080p 60 fps did a quite good job, especially in terms of color reproduction, and the stability is once again very good. Now there is also 1080p 30 fps. It's very similar to the 4K and 1080p 60 fps videos. The stabilization is once again good. So overall video recording is quite satisfactory on the Poco X6 Pro. Now the phone can also record videos in 1080p resolution using the ultra wide angle camera. Here I would say it's quite an average quality because 8 megapixel shooter. Overall I would say it's quite a decent quality in terms of ultra wide angle camera. So this is the front facing camera sample taken with the Poco X6 Pro. It can record videos in 1080p 60 fps. So this is the 60 fps video taken using the selfie camera. So you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is, and also the audio output from the front camera. So that is the camera review of the Poco X6 Pro. So overall you would say the primary camera, the 64 megapixel shooter with OIS, does quite a good job overall. The daylight captures have come quite nicely, although the sharpness levels is not that impressive. The dynamic range, the details and the color reproduction is quite done well. The ultra wide angle camera retains quite good colors, but again sharpness levels are not that great. The close-up shots also came out decently well. The portraits are something which we really liked. They have good rich tones. The macros are nothing great, it's kind of average performance. Low light is also quite acceptable, and video recording does a pretty decent job overall. So summing up, the Poco X6 Pro has a decent camera setup overall. Now if you're a person who is looking for a great camera experience in this price segment, probably Poco X6 Pro might not be the best choice out there. But if you are looking for an all-round smartphone with decent camera abilities as well, then Poco X6 Pro won't disappoint most of the users with a decent overall performance. It's more of a performance-oriented device, and it's not a camera-centric device as such. So that was our experience with the Poco X6 Pro camera. So what do you guys think about the camera on the Poco X6 Pro? Do let us know your thoughts in the comment section. This is Nirmal signing off with a camera review of the Poco X6 Pro. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.